everyone, welcome to week 4 of our craft alongs. Grab your big brown bag, pull out week 4 and craft along with me. Today we're making clothespin puppets. We have all sorts of fun shapes and animals. I've got some fish and I've got this crazy person with wild hair. You should have a little wild hair palm in your packet. And I've got a unicorn and a puppy dog. So all of these are going to be really fun to make, and you get to design them yourselves. And if you want them to be purple and orange, they can be purple and orange. So use your imaginations, and let's get started. So step 1 is to grab your template and color all of your images. And we're going to work on the unicorn. So I'm going to color that, and you guys can just sit back and relax and pick your characters that you want to color. Okay, I've got my unicorn all colored and we're ready to cut it out. So I'm going to grab my scissors that you should have in your general supply packet, and I'm going to cut just around the outside of the unicorn and make sure that I don't chop off any of her hair curls or the tip of her unicorn horn. Make sure she stays all intact. Alright, so now I'm going to take my unicorn and I'm going to slice right through where her mouth is, so that the top of her head can go on the top of the clothespin and the bottom of her head can go on the bottom. So I'm going to pretend that there's an imaginary line right here. I'm going to take my scissors, start at her mouth, and snip. Perfect. Now I have a place for the clothespin to separate. Now I'm going to choose my clothespin and lay it on the table. And I want the mouth of the clothespin to line up with the mouth on my character. So I would not want to glue my pieces on like this to the back. I want to make sure that that mouth lines up with my character's mouth. And now for the top part, I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to run just a little glue along the top clothespin. A little more than that. So I'm going to take the top, the unicorn's head, and place it on the top of the clothespin that's laying on its side. And I'm going to press it down, and you want to be careful that you don't get any glue in this area right here so that your clothespin sticks together on accident. So make sure all that glue stays on the clothespin and that top half of your unicorn gets lined up, or whatever character you're using. Now I'm going to take some more glue, and I'm only going to put the glue on the bottom front half of the clothespin, because the back half is going to need some room to wiggle. So I take the bottom part of her mouth and glue it on just to the front half there. And again, I'm making sure that none of that glue seeps into that crevice so that my clothespin accidentally gets glued shut. Now, the best thing to do would be to walk away and let your clothespin character dry completely. Because if you start making them talk now, they're just gonna wiggle around and their mouths are gonna fall off. And that's not fun for anybody. So take a break, go have lunch, and then come back and you can play with your puppets. Let's move on to a different character. Next, I'm gonna make this fish. And in order to do that, we're gonna cut our mouth a little bit differently than the unicorn. So let's color. All right, I should explain that I have all sorts of strange polka dots coming up on my fish and my unicorn, and that's because the surface that I'm coloring on is real bumpy. So it's making an interesting design. If you color on your kitchen table or on a nice flat surface, you won't get all those weird bumps that I have. All right, once again, time to cut. All right, I have my fish, and this fish has a line for his mouth that's cut differently than the line for the unicorn mouth. We're gonna follow that line and cut him right out right there. So it'll be a little weird shape that we're gonna cut out. So let's go ahead and follow that line. Done. Your project should look something like this. Now, I'll move some of my scraps out of the way. We're gonna find another clothespin. And once again, we're gonna make sure that the mouth of our clothespin lines up with the mouth of our character. So we're gonna line our fish up like this. See how the end of my fish kind of comes down over that bottom clothespin? Because that mouth will fit really nice right inside there, just like that. So we're gonna glue this part down, but I'm only gonna put glue on my top clothespin. So, draw some glue, try to keep it out of that connection point so that it doesn't glue itself shut, and press down. Give it a little while. Sing your favorite song. I don't know, count to 500. That's a lot. And when you feel like it's securely in place, at least enough that you can take your fingers off it, you can glue the mouth on, the bottom of the mouth. Let's squish them up a little bit. There we go. So now I only have a little bit of area left, and that's where I'm going to put my glue. Grab my little mouthpiece and my little fin, and down he goes. Once again, I'm just going to press this here. I don't know, maybe think about what I'm going to have for lunch later. I don't know. I think I had banana bread already today, so I can't have that again for lunch. Oh my goodness. And I'm at the library, so although we do have mugs, and if you've been watching our Mug-tastic meals, you know that we have options. Check out those videos on Fridays. All right, and there we go. Once again, I'm gonna give him a minute. So I'm gonna walk away and do another project so he has time to dry. Otherwise, he's gonna fall apart when I try to make him talk. All right, I'm gonna show you guys one more example. This is our funny hair guy, and then the rest is up to you. You guys can use your imaginations and do the same thing. We're gonna color our image, cut off their mouth, and stick it on our clothespin, and you'll have a lovely little puppet to play with. So let's work on our person, who's kind of a strange looking person. Okay, now as you can see, my person has chicken pox. It's not because I tried. It's that bumpy table I'm working on. So your friend might not have chicken pox, and he'll probably thank you for it. So time to cut this guy out too. This is our purple chicken pox blue-eyed dude. Have you made projects with us this summer? If you have, send us pictures at facebook.com/Irville Public Library. We'd love to see them. We've been seeing some of your guys' photos so far, and we're so glad that you're having fun crafting along with us. Back to Mr. Crazy Hair. For him, we're just gonna decide, we're gonna find the middle of his lips right here and slice him right in half. So I take my scissors and we're just gonna make up our line, and there we go. He's ready for a clothespin. Same sort of deal. We've got our top half and our bottom half, and his mouth is over here, so the open part of the clothespin is over here too. Let's glue that top clothespin. Woo. And set him on down. And we're gonna press them into place. Uh-oh. I got some glue in the connection, just like I warned you about. That's gonna be problematic later. Okay, give it a second or two. Let it be sure that it's stuck down. And then you can glue on your bottom mouth. Is that a thing? Bottom mouth. Alright, here's the bottom half of my puppet. We're gonna line him up. I'm gonna use my fingers to press him down. And wait! Still waiting. So much fun. Alright, I think he can stand on his own now. So we've got him just partially glued. Remember, this is the point when you want to walk away and not mess with him too much so that he can dry nice and be a good puppet. And then we're going to get our pom. You should have a nice fluffy pom-pom in your packet that you can use for crazy hair. So grab that pom-pom and you're going to put, grab that pom-pom and you're going to part your pom-pom so you have a space to put some glue. And you got to be a little bit generous with your glue. So I'm going to put a nice big dollop right in the middle of my pom-pom because that's how I want my hair to sit. And then I'm going to flip him over and set him into place right there. Look at that. You can't even see his hair, so crazy. So I'm going to press down for a bit and then I will walk away and let him dry completely. And he'll be ready to play with. Alright, that's it guys. You have all the tools you need to make all the puppets you see here. And I want to see them, so send us your pictures. What color did you decide to make your dog? I want to know. Alright, that's all we have for you today. Make sure you're following us on YouTube so that you can catch our butterfly updates on Wednesdays and our reading videos on Mondays and our mug-tastic meals on Fridays. I know some of you are out there making those mug meals. So glad to see it and glad that you get to have a tasty snack just like we do. All right, thanks so much for watching and have a great summer. Bye. I had so much fun with that craft video.
Me too. I really liked watching Miss Paige.
We should come back again next week. I think there'll be another craft.
I can't wait to see what it is.
All right, let's go have lunch.